Mandawuy Djarrtjuntjun Yunupingu, AC, was an Aboriginal Australian musician and educator. From 1986 he was the frontman of the Aboriginal rock group Yothu Yindi as a singer-songwriter and guitarist. In 1989 he became assistant principal of the Yirrkala Community School, his former school, and was principal for the following 2 years. He helped establish the Yolngu Action Group and introduced the both ways system, which recognized traditional Aboriginal teaching alongside Western methods. Yothu Yindi released 6 albums: Homeland Movement, Tribal Voice, Freedom, Berkuta, Wild Honey, One Blood, Gama. The group's top 20 ARIA singles chart appearances were Treaty and Japana. He was appointed Australian of the Year for 1992 by the National Australia Day Council. In April 1998 he was awarded an honorary doctorate by the Queensland University of Technology. In December 2012 Yothu Yindi were inducted into the ARIA Hall of Fame. In 2007 he was diagnosed with advanced renal failure and died in 2013, aged 56. Early life. Yunupingu was born as Tom Jumbayang Bakamana Yunupingu on 17 September 1956 in Yirrkala in Arnhem Land, an Aboriginal reserve in the northeastern part of the Northern Territory. He was a member of the Gumatj people, one of 16 groups of the Yolngu people. His skin name was Good Yuk, but his name was changed to Mandawuy in 1990 when a family member with the same name died, in line with Yolngu custom. He described his names as Mandawuy means from clay, Djarrtjuntjun means roots of the paper bark tree that still burn and throw off heat after a fire has died down. Yunupingu depicts a solid rock that, having traveled from fresh water, stands in salty waters, its base deep in the earth. I am Good Yuk, the fire kite. His father was Mandawuy Yunupingu, a Gumatj clan leader and artist. His mother, Makurmgu, one of Mandawuy's 12 wives, was a member of the Galpu clan. His oldest sister, Gulumbu Yunupingu, was also an artist and healer. His other sisters are Nyapanyapa and Barapu, who are also artists. His older brother, Mandawuy Yunupingu, is a senior elder of Arnhem Land, who was Australian of the Year in 1978, and was an Indigenous land rights campaigner. Yunupingu attended Yirrkala Community School. Early career. In 1983, Yunupingu published Outstation Schools at Yirrkala in Aboriginal Childhood School, where he described the advantages to Indigenous people by their own way of living, provided they manage budgeting through isolated children's allowance, staffing the schools, developing curriculum, and teacher training. In March 1987 he contributed to the book Educational Needs of the Homeland Centers of the Lanapui region, Northeast Arnhem Land, report of the Balangana Project, a schools commission project of national significance. He was the first Aboriginal person from Arnhem Land to gain university degree, earning a Bachelor of Arts degree in Education from Deakin University in 1988. In 1989 he became assistant principal of the Yirrkala Community School. He helped establish the Yolngu Action Group and introduced the both ways system at his school, which recognized traditional Aboriginal teaching alongside Western methods. In 1990 he took over as principal of Yirrkala Community School. Also that year he authored Language and Power, the Yolngu Rise to Power at Yirrkala School, detailing his work with the Yolngu Action Group. He remained principal until late 1991, leaving to expand his musical career. Yothu Yindi. By 1985, with Yunupingu on vocals and guitar, he formed a Yolngu band including Witliyana Marika on Manikai, Bilma and dance, Milkingu Mununga on Yidaki, and Mandawuy Yunupingu, his nephew, on keyboards, guitar and percussion. The following year the Yolngu group combined with the Balanda group Swamp Jockeys, which had Andrew Belletti on drums, Stuart Calloway on bass guitar and Cal Williams on lead guitar. The new collective, Yothu Yindi, performed Aboriginal rock which fused traditional indigenous music and dance with Western popular music. Yothu Yindi means child and mother, and refers to the kinship of northeastern land. In the group's early years the performing was restricted to holidays as Yunupingu completed his tertiary studies and then started work as a teacher. By 1988 Yothu Yindi had toured Australia and North America supporting Midnight Oil. Late that year they recorded their debut studio album, Homeland Movement, which appeared in March the following year. Australian musicologist Ed Nimiville described it: "Knee-side comprised Midnight Oil like politicized rock. The other side of the album concentrated on traditionally based songs like Japana, written by former teacher Mandawuy Yunupingu. He was credited on the album as Mandawuy Bakamana Yunupingu and provided vocals, guitar and bilma. The band achieved national recognition for the single, Treaty. The remixed version was released in June 1991, which reached No. 11 on the ARIA singles chart and stayed in the top 50 for 20 weeks. Mandawuy and Galarrwuy had wanted a song to highlight the lack of progress on a treaty between Aboriginal peoples and the federal government. The song contains words in Gumaj, Yunupingu's variety of Yolngu Matha. It was written by Australian musician Paul Kelly, with Yothu Yindi members Yunupingu, Calloway, Williams, Garamal, Mununga and Marika. The associated album, Tribal Voice, appeared in October 1991, which peaked at No. 4 on the ARIA albums chart. A re-recorded version of Japana was issued as the second single from the album and reached No. 13. Yunupingu's work on Tribal Voice was described by AllMusic's Jonathan Lewis. Voice is suited perfectly too, but it is the rock tracks that are the weak links in this disc. Yunupingu is not a particularly good pop singer, and the music is sometimes insipid. Nevertheless, both Treaty in 1992 and Japana in 1993 charted on the Billboard Hot Dance Club Play Singles charts, with Treaty peaking at No. 6. Tribal Voice peaked at No. 3 on the Billboard Top World Music Albums chart in 1992. In 1991, Treaty, co-written by Yunupingu, won the inaugural Song of the Year award at the APRA Music Awards presented by Australasian Performing Right Association. In May 2001 it was listed in the APRA Top 30 Australian Songs of All Time. Yothu Yindi completed 4 more studio albums: Freedom, Berkuta, Wild Honey, One Blood and Gama. They toured Australia, North America, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Papua New Guinea and Hong Kong. Yunupingu strove to achieve a better understanding of Aboriginal culture by Balanda and was a prominent advocate of reconciliation between all Australians. Yunupingu and the band established the Yothu Yindi Foundation in 1990 and since 1999 promoted the annual Gama Festival. From May 2007 the foundation has supported the Dilth and Yolngu using traditional healing practices and mainstream medicines. Personal life. Yunupingu was married to a fellow teacher, Jalmay Marika of the Yirrkala clan. He is survived by his 5 daughters and 5 grandsons. One of his grandsons, Rawun Maimuru, is lead singer of East Journey. In May 2013, the National Indigenous Music Awards announced that Yothu Yindi were to be honored at their awards ceremony in August. Maimuru was to be backed by original band members. Yunupingu declared, "My heart is full of joy. I'm so happy to see that in my lifetime Indigenous music has come such a long way, and to have these talented artists come together to honor the groundbreaking work of Yothu Yindi makes me proud beyond words." Dharmenimak, his nephew Jeffrey Garamal Yunupingu, played in Yothu Yindi. Garamal later formed the Saltwater Band and also has a solo career. Other members of the extended Yunupingu family have also performed in Yothu Yindi. Galarui, Mongat Yomunus, Gapan Bulus, Gavin Makuma, Malgai Kevin, and Nari Papa Niki. His nephew, Gavin Makuma Yunupingu, was jailed in 2002 over the death of Betsy Yunupingu, his cousin. Another nephew, Niki Yunupingu, committed suicide in July 2008. Yunupingu was diagnosed with diabetes and high blood pressure, which in turn contributed to advanced renal failure, for which he received hemodialysis 3 times a week in Darwin. His condition was announced in 2007 following his attendance in January at a rehabilitation clinic after years of beer drinking, between 1 and 4 cartons daily, according to his treating psychiatrist. By December 2008 he was resigned to the fact that he may die without having seen the longed-for settlement between white and black Australia. "I'm still waiting for that treaty to come along, for my grandsons. Even if it's not there in the days that I'm living, it might come in the days that I'm not living. I know a treaty will change things. My grandsons will have a different view, a much more positive view, a luckier view. Luckier in that they feel part of Australia." By October 2009 he was on a kidney transplant waiting list. He also undertook traditional healing practices. His sister Gulambu was one of a group of senior Yolngu women who had helped set up Dilthan Yolngu, a healing place, with the support of the Yothu Yindi Foundation. Yunupingu was one of its first patients. Yunupingu died on the 2nd of June 2013, aged 56, following a long battle with kidney disease. After his death, the Prime Minister of Australia, Julia Gillard, said, "We have today lost a great Australian voice in the efforts towards reconciliation." Awards. On the 26th of January 1993, Yunupingu was named Australian of the Year for 1992 by the National Australia Day Council. In April 1998 he was awarded an honorary doctorate by the Queensland University of Technology, in recognition of his significant contribution to the education of Aboriginal children, and to greater understanding between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal Australians. Yothu Yindi were inducted into the ARIA Hall of Fame in December 2012, with Peter Garrett and Paul Kelly introducing the group. On the 1st of January 2001, Yunupingu awarded the Centenary Medal for Service to Australian Society through Music. In the 2014 Australia Day Honours, Yunupingu was posthumously invested as a Companion of the Order of Australia, for eminent service to the performing arts as a musician and songwriter, to the advancement of education and social justice for Indigenous people, and as an advocate for cultural exchange and understanding. Bibliography. Yunupingu, Mandawuy Yunupingu, Jockey, Yirrkala School Literature Production Centre, Yirrkala UK Literature Production Centre, retrieved 6 June 2013. Yunupingu, Bakamana, Mandawuy Wungan Bidawu, by Bakamana, in Yirrkala Community School, Stories from Yirrkala. Yirrkala Literature Production Centre, retrieved 6 June 2013. Mununga, Dambalipu, Kemis, Stephen, Wanungmura, Wally, Yunupingu, Bakamana, Watson, Helen, Commonwealth Schools Commission, Projects of National Significance Program, Lanipoi Association, Educational Needs of the Homeland Centres of the Lanipui Region, Northeastern Inland, Report of the Balangana Project, a Schools Commission Project of National Significance, Lanipoi Association, retrieved 5 June 2013. Yunupingu, Bakamana, Language and Power, the Yolngu Rise to Power at Yirrkala School. In Walton, Christine Eggington, William, Cross-Cultural Issues in Educational Linguistics Conference Language, Maintenance, Power and Education in Australian Aboriginal Contexts. Darwin, NTU Press, pp. 3-6. Retrieved 6 June 2013. Anderson, Jonathan ed. Education for a Sustainable Society. Papers presented at the 31st National Conference of the Australian College of Education, Canberra, 1991. Australian College of Education, ISBN 978-0-909587-64-2. FESL, Eve D. Cont. Mandawuy Bakamana Yunupingu, University of Queensland Press, C1993, retrieved 6 June 2013. Yunupingu, Mandawuy, Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Voices from the Land, ABC Books for the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, ISBN 978-0-7333-03449. Yunupingu, Mandawuy, Australia, Department of Employment, Education and Training, Reference Group overseeing the National Review of Education for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander People, National Review of Education for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Peoples, Statistical Annex, Australian Government Publishing Service, ISBN 978-0-644-3544141. Yunupingu, Mandawuy, Yothu Yindi, Finding Balance, retrieved 6 June 2013. Yunupingu, Mandawuy, Quirk, Philip 1948, Wildlight, Images of Australia, Hamlin, ISBN 978-0-947334789 CS1 maint, multiple names, authors list, Mandawuy, Yunupingu, Double Power, in Wignall, Peter, Double Power, English Literacy and Indigenous Education, Language Australia, pp. 1-4, ISBN 978-1875578924. Yunupingu, Mandawuy, A Balance in Knowledge, Respecting Difference in Climate. Sylvia, Neil, Margot, Bancroft, Robin, The Oxford Companion to Aboriginal Art and Culture, Melbourne, Oxford University Press, pp. 493-496, ISBN 978-0-19550-649-5, retrieved 6 June 2013. Corn, Aaron David Samuel, Yunupingu, Mandawuy, Langton, Marcia, National Recording Project for Indigenous Performance in Australia. Reflections and AMP Voices, exploring the music of Yothu Yindi with Mandawuy Yunupingu, Sydney University Press, ISBN 9781920899349.